I want to talk about one guy on the Alabama basketball team. And if you have followed this show for any length of time, you know I have mentioned him. And I just had to mention because a couple of days ago, I want to give him a proper shout out. Coach Drew at EnduMSEPC, and it's at ENDUNAMOO_SC on Twitter. Talked about Keitenn Bristow having the new collegiate men's approach record at 44 and a half inches, and I'll play the video quickly here. But that Keitenn had been a member of their program for quite some time, and had gone from junior varsity all the way up to Division One. And the reason I mention this is, if you've again watched this show for any length of time, you know that I have sung Keitenn Bristow's praises for quite some time. I think that Keitenn Bristow is going to be one of the more underrated guys on our team. I think that his athleticism is just off the absolute charts. You see it here with the absolute insane jumping ability. I think that with that, you compare that with what his defensive instincts are and what I have heard his defensive instincts are. I think that he is going to be a difference maker on the defensive side of the floor. I think that also, catching lob passes from a guy like Jalil Bethea, and just being able to play above the rim, but also just be able to, just be an athlete, right? When you look at what Nate Oates' offense and defense, honestly, to some level is, Nate Oates' offense is, being able to move quickly with the ball. When you're able to be that much of an athlete, he's going to be able to go up strong. He's going to be able to finish through contact. With that insane jumping ability, he's going to be able to help protect the rim, even from the 3 or small ball 4 standpoint. He's going to be able to, help reverse some potential discrepancies that may happen on the defensive end of the floor. When you have somebody that's just that much better from an athletic standpoint, they can cover up some potential, missteps from a, maybe he takes the wrong, he bites on a jab step or whatever it is, right? When you have that insane athleticism, you can recover from that substantially better on the basketball floor. It's the reason why some of the best players in the world end up being some of the best athletes is, again, they can recover, and when they combine the skill with the athleticism, that just kind of makes the full package. He is somebody that obviously was able to do it at a high level at Tarleton State, winning the Freshman of the Year. But I do think that Keitenn Bristow is a name that if you are an Alabama basketball fan and you have not been keeping up with the team so far this season, and you're just kind of getting around to, like, what do I need to know about this team? Who should I be on the lookout for? He is a name that I absolutely would circle. He is the name that most people did not know about when he committed, right? He was just who'd Alabama get? Oh, they got some guy from Tarleton. He wasn't a super highly ranked guy, like whatever. Like they got some guy out of Tarleton. But the more that I have seen out of him and the more that you've seen him talked about, you see these insane jumpings, athleticism. You hear guys going to practice and saying, hey, Keitenn Bristow, like he's somebody that we absolutely saw. You see him going one-on-one against Bethea. You see him going one-on-one against Phylon and being able to hold his own from a defensive standpoint, right? And the more you hear, it reminds me of what we heard out of LeBaron Phylon last season, right? LeBaron Phylon coming into the season, nobody really thought was going to be that incredible of a player. But then all of a sudden the summer comes around and all the time you're hearing, oh, Phylon's really good. Phylon's competing with Mark Sears. Phylon's giving Mark Sears trouble. Like, this Phylon guy's going to be really good. This Phylon guy's going to be really good. And then all of a sudden, Alabama has to, try to get him back from staying in the NFL, or sorry, the NBA draft, right? Like, Phylon ended up being that guy that, don't get me wrong, he was a fairly highly ranked guy, but he wasn't a guy that was guaranteed to be a one and done. And all of a sudden, he's flirting with the one and done situation, and Alabama has a big deal to be able to get him back. I think that's what we're getting out of Keitenn Bristow. I think that Keitenn Bristow is that guy that the staff absolutely had a home run evaluating. I think the staff, however they were able to fully, understand who he is as a player and what he's going to be able to do. I think this is a home run evaluation by the staff. I think that this guy is going to be able to do things on the defensive side of the basketball that are going to be able to wow. They're going to wow a lot of people. I think that his shortcomings, at least early in the season, are potentially going to be on offense. But with that incredible athleticism, he's going to be able to play above the rim, right? He's going to be a lob target, from day one, right? So he's going to give, because of that athleticism we talked about, he's going to give himself some leeway to be able to make sure his shot is competing at the level he wants it to. He's going to be able to make sure that he's able to, finish through contact or whatever it is, right? I think that Keitenn Bristow is going to be one of the guys that you're going to have to circle. He's going to be a major player this season. I think that he potentially, at some points in the season, depending upon how big we need to be, works himself into starter level minutes. I don't think that's going to be an every game standpoint, but if he played starter level minutes for multiple games this season, it would not shock me even a little bit. I think that Keitenn Bristow has that level of athleticism and that level of talent on the basketball field or court. I really am very, very impressed with him from everything that I've heard, from everything that I've seen, and this insane jumping approach record that he was able to do at 41.5 inches, I think goes to show that perfectly of just how incredibly athletic the Keitenn Bristow is and what he's going to be able to do on the basketball court. So if you are interested in checking out the basketball team, I know season tickets are on sale. I renewed mine not that long ago, so go ahead and do that. As always, thank you so much for everyone for watching. I really do appreciate it. I know this was a little later in the week getting this out, but I knew this was happening, and so wanted to be able to get the Squad Sunday video out here on Sunday. So thank you so much, everyone, for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I will catch you in the next episode. Peace.